What's going on, E2s? This is Jono, and we are going to go over your Venture Project 2 introduction. Now to start out, I just want to say that your E2 is sort of the culmination of the introduction of Entrepreneurship 246, made up of E1 experience and E2 experience. So at this point, you should have a solid amount of information under your belt, and we want to give you the opportunity to put it out into the world and test it. And that is largely what Venture Project 2 is about. Your E2 quarter is made up of 3 projects, your Venture Project 1, Venture Project 2, and your Change of Leadership assignments. So Venture Project 2 is worth 60% of your overall grade in this class. So it's very important, and you should be spending most of your time this quarter working on that. So let's get into it. In our syllabus for Entrepreneurship E2, you have a lot of learning objectives here, a few broad overall learning objectives, and then more specific learning objectives down below here. Now, a lot of these are they're put into VP2 so that we give you the VP2 assignments so that you can practice and learn these learning objectives. So we took a lot of these learning objectives and we put them into the Venture Project 2 here. So the purpose of VP2 for E2s, you should be able to practice entrepreneurship and innovation principles by getting out of the classroom and becoming involved with a real business. Your student teams should be able to go out and build empathy and deliver high quality advice to a business with the help of entrepreneurship and innovation tools and us as coaches. So what you're going to be doing is approaching a business and offering to do a consultation with them, a business consultation, using the tools that we have given you. You can find even more intricate instructions throughout the rest of this document. If any of these terms in here were confusing to you, that's okay. You are E2s, and these are the kinds of things that we want you to learn throughout the quarter. So we give you this assignment so that you have to learn these things. So if you don't know them now, that's okay, but you should know them by at least the middle of the quarter so that you can effectively implement them into your project. So here is the pitch. It gives you everything that you need to know to deliver a great pitch. Your business report and research, putting everything you know and everything you did into one cohesive document that you can submit to us, and then assumedly you can submit as well to your client. And then your learning journey video. That's also going to be just like normal. You did it last quarter with your VP1 and VP2, and you'll do it again this quarter with your VP2. Deliverable number 4 is your evidence locker. This is where everything that you ever did for this project goes, and you should be able to organize that in a way that is easy to navigate, and there's instructions on how to navigate that within here. Now, here's where we get into the rubric. So we have here the what it takes to get an A, B, C, and D. Now these are pretty minimal explanations for what you need. I would recommend that you go into your Canvas and you go to Assignments. You click on Venture Project here. Just scroll down here. Now this is where you'll find, this is our universal Venture Project 2 rubric. So we're going to use this for E1s, E2s, all the way through E6s for everybody's venture project. So this is broad, but this is what we use, and it makes it a lot easier for us to grade. If you want more specifics, then you should go into here and look at each of these different deliverable, minimum expectation categories. There's so much information here on how to do really well on this venture project too, and you should be able to find everything you need in here. This is how we will officially grade. So if you'll notice, everything in this column right here, where my mouse is, everything that's the farthest over to the left, these point values, if you add up all of these, excluding the reviewer's choice, everything from business report and up, if you add all of these up, you get a solid B. This means that you met the qualifications. This is good. In entrepreneurship, we believe in shooting for above and beyond, and so if we see that happening in your project, then our reviewer choice award comes into play. So if you do solid B work, everything that we asked for is there and nothing more, then you will get no extra points for the reviewer's choice. And that's great. You get a B. I think it adds up to about an 83%. That's awesome. If you, however, want a higher score than that, it's your responsibility to reach for these points. And we will award them when we see people going above and beyond. It is difficult to get an A on these projects, but we believe that you can do it if you push and ask questions and take advantage of office hours and really lean into your resources. All right, speaking of resources, we expect that you will watch all of the videos that you will need to be able to effectively navigate your VP2 experience. So all of these that you may not have understood, there's a video for in the entrepreneurship toolkit. So we're looking for the SWOT. You want to know strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. If that's unfamiliar to you, watch this. It's a 3-part video, and you can watch everything that you need to know. Business model canvas has a video. Value proposition canvas. How to do business research and market research, that has a video in here. How to do an engaging pitch. There's some great content in there on pitch decks and an amazing example pitch. Test cards. Strategizer's done a really good job linking the test card to the business model canvas and testing all of your hypotheses. Community mapping. Everything that you need is in here. So you need to really lean into these videos. This is as if it was a workshop. This is just straight content that you can watch in your PJs, on the couch. I highly, highly recommend that you do this. It's required for the course. So I've written out a couple of steps for success for this project. Number one, we're going to be making teams, and we will reach out to you about that. This is mostly going to be about scheduling. You need to be able to meet at least one time a week outside of class. That is a base level minimum. You will probably want to meet more than that, and you'll want to meet with your business that you're consulting for as well. So we're going to want to put you into teams. Number two, we're going to want to contact a local business. So it's your responsibility to find a local business that you would like to do a consulting project for. You need to communicate your goals and expectations. So you probably are going to want to sit down at least once a week with that business owner or general manager to be able to interview and bounce ideas off of and chat with about do some research and all of your work that you need to do to give them high quality feedback. You need to be able to build empathy with quality interview questions. So there's a great video on interviews. I highly recommend you watch that before you sit down with the business that you are going to be providing feedback for, that you're going to be consulting with. You're going to take all of your collected data that you've gotten through interviews and through customer research, and you're going to analyze that with a SWOT analysis and a pestle analysis. You're going to import all of the information that you've done, that you've collected, into the appropriate models, whether that's the value proposition canvas, the big idea canvas, the business model canvas. All of these are super helpful tools for you to be able to categorize information that you've been given and be able to deliver high quality advice for making the business that you're consulting for much more effective. That is your venture project 2. If you have any questions, please ask any of the coaching staff, and we'd be happy to answer any of them.